I want you to be in your own world. Now, when I said that, what's the first thing that came to your mind? Now, for me, being in your own world, you know, on movies or animation movies, sometimes they have this big world with a little person or a little animal or something on top of it. That's how I feel when I say being in your own world. Now, in that world, it's just you in the world, how I see it. It's just you in the world, you doing whatever you want to do. You're free, you're creative, you're able to do things that you wish that you dreamed of. And it's just you. Or you just sitting in your thoughts, or you just taking time from other people just to be by yourself or to check in with yourself. Now for me, that sounds great. Like, sometimes I like being in my own world, but then I start missing people, so I'll reach out. But me being in my own world, it gives a sense of purpose. It gives a sense of checking in where you are, to evaluate where you are. It gives a sense of where do you want to be in the next 5 years, in the next 2 years, next year, in the next 10 years. It's like a self-reflection time for me. Now, do I always do that? No, but I have been doing it a lot more. Now, and sometimes when you be in your own world, you don't have to worry about other people's opinions. You don't have to worry about other people's thoughts. You don't have to worry about other people's perspectives, though some things may be good when seeing someone else's perspective. But you're just sitting with yourself on a day-to-day basis. Now, depending on how long you're going to be in your own world for, that's totally up to you. But I would challenge you to be in your own world at least once a month, to check in with you, because you give so much energy to your job. If you have children, your children. If you're married, your spouse. If you're a pet owner like me, some time goes to that as well. But a lot of time, your energy is spent on so many other things that you forget about you in your own world. Though, in some of those titles, I am not yet, but I know that I will be. So I'm just kind of preparing my mind to when I do make those steps in life, that I know that I have to check in with me, and I will have a supportive partner to help me with that, and also vice versa, to check in with themselves as well. Now, if you don't know how to be in your own world, hopefully these tips I will give you, they will be impactful, they'll be influential, but also that you're able to pass down to your kids, to your husband, your wife, your friend, your sister, brother, cousin, whoever that this touches. Now, number one, being in your own world to me, and I hope you may see it in this way, is to be delusional. I am sure that everyone who has made it as far as they wanted to in life, they had to be delusional about an idea that they had, that they may seem so minute or just out of the norm to somebody else, but to them, it was something that they wanted to do. Now, for me, I had to be a little bit delusional on my end of starting this YouTube. And I will reference me starting this YouTube for a little while on my channel, just because it's new to me. Sometimes I feel like that I don't give the best delivery. Sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes I feel like, okay, was my video too boring? Was it not too much engagement? But guess what? I'm learning. And guess what? I know that this is a stepping stone towards me being influential in the world. Now, do I have all the steps? Do I have it brick by brick? No. And like Keke Palmer said, every day is a brick by brick situation, and I totally agree with that. But being delusional in what you want to do here on this earth, or even tomorrow, start today. Because number one, you have to wrestle with yourself by the end of the day. And I don't want you or I to go to bed like shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like, I'm kind of past that point in my life now. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try to go all in, because it's in my heart to do it. And I'm sure that one delusional thing was in your heart for many, 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 many years, maybe even teenage years, maybe even as a kid. But one thing I do want to wake up in you is that if you wake up to it every day and it's on your mind, do it. Start the process now. Because one thing in life, though we have lessons to learn, I don't want you or I to wake up with regrets. So get that thing done. Be delusional about it. I don't care what your mama said, your daddy said, your sister said, whoever. Even if somebody has beaten you down to the point where your dreams, that you feel like your dreams are no longer valid, go get some help. Go talk to someone. If it's a therapist, let be a therapist. If it's to a person of your higher calling or whoever, do that. But whatever that can bring out of you to revive those dreams of yours that's still on your heart today, go after it. Go after it. And like I said, this YouTube thing is a stepping stone for me, because I know in 2015 when I had a dream about positive mind frame. So yeah, 10 years later, but guess what? I'm here, and I'm really grateful that God didn't give this dream away to somebody else, that He gave it to me, and I want to steward it as the best as possible. And I have my family on board with me, and I have some amazing friends who are on board with me, and you are on board with me. So I thank you for believing in my vision. I thank you for believing in my delusional dream. That people who may or may not quietly hate on it, I really don't care. But this is what I'm set out to do. So this is my first stepping stone. Be delusional. Number 2, let it be you and no one else. You can have that support. I have amazing friends. Like, I have the greatest friends in the world. I feel like y'all should have some of my friends. But you can't have them. But you can have the best support system. I have a wonderful village. I have an amazing family who supports me in whatever I do that is right. But at the end of the day, it's up to you and your dream. That means that you have to put in the work, you have to put in the time, you have to put in the planning, you have to put in making things creative, you have to put in investing in yourself. There's work on your end that has to be done. Like for me, I'm researching videos on how to make it better. I'm trying to think of different ways to do like my little opening, kind of like I did today with a little question. If you like it, drop it in the chat. I liked it. But it's just so many things that we can do to make yourself grow, but you have to put in the research and the time. Being in your own world is you have to figure out what works for you. Now, me, I'm trying to put content days on Sundays because that's what works for me. Some days, I don't know, you might have to get you a little Monday here and there, as long as you get the job done. But also what I'm learning is, like I said to myself today, even before I got on camera, I have to stick to my word. So that means for me, for content days, I have to stick to Sundays. And if I don't get it done on Sunday, it eats at me. And the reason why is because my own voice recognized the word that I gave to myself. That I have to honor myself and stick with the word to myself. Just like you have to stick to your word with other people, you are just as important as anyone else. You have to honor your word, and I'm learning that, because honoring your word to yourself is honoring yourself regardless. So I'm learning that, and I know that I am really important to keep a promise to myself. And it can be hard because sometimes bad habits, they can be challenging to die, but don't always honor your job and so many other obligations, and you're not honoring yourself at the end of the day. So if you make a promise to yourself, stick to it. And I will give that shout out because she taught me this when I was doing some webinars. It's Budget to Success in Omaha. I was on a webinar with her, and she mentioned like stop breaking promises to yourself. It didn't hit me until now. So I do want to give shout out to Nika Johnson for that, because that was an eye-opener then, but it's an eye-opener now that I'm doing my own thing. So shout out to you for that. Third thing is to be creative. Now, I like to be creative with things. Am I a master at it? No, but I'm finding ways what works for me. Like the cool little thumbnails and stuff. Like I love creating some of that. Canva's a great use, if you didn't know. Canva's a great use, and I always want to think outside the box. I was taught to think outside the box with everything, and shout out to my parents for that, because my parents don't want us to be normal. They want us to be different. They want us to be disruptors, and you have, in order to be that, you have to be creative, and also you have to find solutions to problems. Now, I'm finding certain things that I feel like I could be the solution to, but it's about me being creative and creating a team. Now, like I said, It's going to be time, it's going to be research, it's going to be dedication. But you have what it takes to be creative, to be that disruptor, but also you have to be into your own world and in your own self. Being by yourself and sometimes being isolated, actually, to be in your own world. Which brings me to my next point, is being isolated. Now, sometimes people call it a fast. I call it a fast. Or shoot, sometimes I'm just like, look, I don't feel like talking to nobody. Now, to me, I want to be a little isolated. Now, being isolated is not a bad thing. It's actually a great thing, because you're cutting down noises. You're cutting down different opinions. You're cutting down sometimes different perspectives on things, but also you are regrouping yourself at the end of the day. It's a point where you have to kind of face yourself and see where you can learn and grow, where you can learn and scale, but also you're able just to bring out what's inside of you at the end of the day. Now, I like going on a fast. I like being isolated for some time, but also you just want to quiet the noise, because when the noise is so loud, how can you even hear yourself? You know? So be isolated. Just be in your own world, in your room. You know how when you're in your own room and you put in your headphones and you don't care if somebody looking at you, or honestly you don't even notice. Be the same way in your life. I'm learning this, and I'm a year older now as of last week. It's okay to be in your own world and be isolated just for a little bit. Now, don't go in isolation mode till people start, like, hey, like you're alive and breathing, but be isolated enough to get down, get the grit that you need to accomplish what you have for yourself. Now, turning your daydreams into dreams. This one kind of hit home for me just because I have always been a daydreamer ever since I was a kid. I would just stare off. I remember staring off a lot in school. Now, don't disqualify me, because number one is school. Thing is, I love school, and I still love school to this day. I love school. But the thing was, I've always imagined myself wanting to play the piano. And I finally got a chance to actually play the piano when I was younger. But I chose recess over the piano, so I really don't know a lot of notes now. But I've always wanted to play the piano, but also be on stage and start playing. Or like I would, daydream myself in a music video. I'm sure all of us girls have. Now, those daydreams, I feel like that those daydreams are not null and void. Just because that I feel like in some way we have those daydreams to actually bring it to fruition. Now, I am going to buy myself a keyboard so I can relearn. I don't know why, but I really want to. It's crazy. I talked to this about my sister not too long ago, that I wanted to buy another keyboard. And she bought a keyboard. I didn't know that I know this is kind of going way off. But daydreams into dreams, if those daydreams are sitting en route with you, bring it to reality. Kind of like what I said earlier in the video. Go step by step with the process. Stay isolated with yourself and bring out those dreams. Next point, not caring about other people's opinions. This could be hard for my people pleasers, just because I am the oldest, and it's crazy that I've been looking at a lot of stats and stuff that says that the oldest are always the people pleasers. And I had to look at myself, because I was a big people pleaser. I'm saying was because I have so much growth with that. Now there be some little teeter-totters here, but I had the best people around me, and not only that, my mom and my dad have been a big factor. And recently, when I tell you I have been getting gems left and right, and I really have to stand by on certain things and not teeter-totter, go back and forth with it. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but going back and forth with certain things, it opened up my eyes to people pleasing. And as I'm getting older, I'm starting to care less and less. I will say that. But just different things, even with family, you can't please everybody. I'm sure every successful person in the world, they know they can't please everybody. But guess what? They still did what they wanted to do, that they felt that would be an impact in the world, that would be influential in the world. But they know not everybody's gonna like their stuff. Just like this video. I know that everybody in the whole world is not gonna like this video, maybe because of how I look, the background look like. And honestly, I really don't care. Just because that it just was not for them. So I will say the best way to get over people pleasing is to create boundaries. And just know that when you be in your own world and you do what you are called to do, you're going to learn real quickly that people are going to like it and people are not going to like it. And that goes for everything in life. People are going to get mad at you. They're going to gripe. They're going to try to push your boundary. Be in your own world. Do what you're destined to do. And just know that not everybody's going to like your stuff. Okay? Just like the old saying, everybody have a... So, everybody has opinions. I'm sure you can fill in the blank. Creating a safe space for yourself. Now, I feel like this is a really unique one just because that when you are in your own world, I don't want you to feel like you're losing your mind. Now, being in your own world and it's just you by yourself, and depending on how much conversation that you have with other people during this time period of isolation, you may find yourself either being so creative or maybe going out your wits end. Now, for me, I know I have a safe space, but my home and my bedroom is my safe space. And what I like to do, like in my room, one thing, I love YouTube, so I do YouTube. Also, I do talk to my family all the time, but also I do like music. Like I do like to listen to music. So those are my safe spaces when I feel like I'm overthinking. I like to get clarity from my family too, because I do trust their judgment and I know that they are not going to purposely lead me astray. Or I talk to my closest friends, and that's how I make sure that I am in a safe space, because I know that my family is safe and I know that my friends are safe. But also, I have to learn to make sure that I keep myself at a good level head. I didn't used to be like this because I feel like I was just emotional all the time. I've gotten a lot better just because that I couldn't balance out what I wanted to do and what I wanted to do for other people, which was people pleasing. So, like I said, don't people please, create boundaries. Just know that everybody's not going to like what you do, but also create a safe space by yourself. Like I said, I like to go in my room sometimes. I like to play music or clean, just something to kind of calm my mind. So create those safe spaces for yourself, just like you create safe spaces for your children, or when you go to a job, they have to create some type of safe space for you. You are important too. Create that safe space for yourself. Lastly is don't care about what other people say. I know this kind of goes back earlier about to other people's opinions, but words are life and death. Now, you choose what you allow. Now, I would encourage you not to allow deathly words come upon you. Like if someone said like, hey, like that wasn't it, or yo man, like I feel like you're a failure or something, I would say to kind of delete those people. But you speak over your own dream. You speak over your own life. Don't care about what other people say. If they're not supporting, if they're not rocking with you, if they're not really being that supportive person that you need in your life, delete them. But also just know that other people's words are just words. In a way, no, I don't want to say that. I would say other people's words can have an impact on you. Now, if you say that they don't, at least there has been a time in your life when somebody's words have hurt you. But I would say don't allow other people's words that are negative to infiltrate in you and your dreams, because your dreams do matter and you're here for a purpose. And just know everywhere in life is going to be challenges, whether it's a person that's going to say something negative, that's going to post something negative, that's going to do whatever they feel that they need to do to make themselves sleep at night. Believe in your own dream and be in your own world. Be in your own world. I'm sure that every successful person, like I said numerous times in this video, have had a lot of people say a lot of things, and y'all know that because y'all be reading comments and stuff. I do too. But the thing is, like, even when those bad things are said, they are still resilient at the end of the day. And that's how I want you to be. No matter what people may throw at you, no matter how much people may say about you and your dream, be resilient through it all. And I'm sure people have words for my video. It is what it is, but guess what I'm doing? I'm going to keep being resilient, just like you are. So I want you to take these steps. I want you to be delusional. I want you not to care what anybody say. I want you to be isolated, but also creating that safe space. I don't want you to lose your daydreams, but also I don't want you to care about what other people say or their opinions of you, because you matter, and I want you to be in your own world sometimes. Now, it's okay to come back out of it real quick and then go ahead and check back in, but when it comes to your dreams, I don't want you to take no for an answer. Just like I'm learning to, I don't want you to take no for an answer, because that dream was put in you for a reason. So on that note, you are loved, you are valued, and you are enough. Have a good day.